Yeah, actually this works. Yeah.
Alright. And what about you, big guy?
I think you should hold him.
Just hold him the whole time? Mm-hmm. As a centerpiece?
Yeah, I mean, he's precious.
Get that AC, buddy.
Yeah,
get
baby.
AC, buddy. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off. We're recording.
And it's hot already.
It's hot already, yeah.
Instantly.
That's the problem with doing RV in the summer. It's just anything over, like, what, 70 degrees?
Yeah, it's basically,
it's pretty much death.
At least for us. I have a very low heat tolerance.
Yeah, so it's basically early in the mornings or late at night because anything in the middle of the day is just not going to happen. But yeah, our summer of renovations is ongoing. We are doing the kitchen, the bathroom, we're redoing the entire floor except for the bedroom. Getting our solar system started. It's going to be a big summer. There's going to be a lot of videos coming out. But this one is about our toilet. And if you've been paying attention in our videos, you already know that we've gotten rid of our toilet. Gotten rid of it is kind of it's an easy way of putting it.
Thored that shit.
The whole reason we got rid of the toilet was that so that we could combine our gray water and our black water tanks that are already in the RV to one giant tank. If you're in an RV, people usually combine their toilets. If they're in a van, they do, or a schoolie, they do it so they don't have to add that whole other tank. But you'll see a lot of people, if you've been researching into this, which most people watching this video probably will be watching it because they're looking into this, most people choose the composting toilet. Was it the Nature's Head composting toilet? Well, we actually already bought the Livio dry flush toilet. And we're not putting down Nature's Head. We're not sponsored by Livio or Lavio. I'm honestly not even sure how to pronounce the company's name right. But we chose the bag flush toilet. That is a completely different system than composting. And we're going to basically explain why why we've chosen to go against the grain.
Would you like to show us the hole that is now our bathroom?
Yeah, I'm going to put this guy down because he is a little hot box as is.
Oh, wait. Who's fuzzy? Shaggy. Are you fuzzy? Yeah. Yeah. And then there's the dip. You can't see him. He's blending in with the panda pillows.
He's cute.
Our little night boy.
Our nest. Because the AC is only reaching out here. Yes. This wall may be coming out because of how small our bathroom is. But this is where the toilet used to be, right here. This plug, or this hole in the floor that we then plugged up. And that plug was just a simple plug that we bought at Lowe's for a couple of bucks. And that will be sealed up. We'll probably build over top of it, create some kind of storage space is what our overarching plan is.
Most likely a platform of some kind so that we can like step up and also have somewhere to put our cartridges.
Mm-hmm. But the whole reason people are, they choose the composting toilet, obviously because they're trying to choose a toilet that they don't need a tank for. But they choose the composting one because there's zero waste, because the waste that you do have is compostable. There's a lot of people out there that will explain how the composting toilet works, but in general you have to buy medium that you then have to remove after you've composted and mixed it up and it's been in there for about a month. Yeah, every month or so you then have to scoop your poop out of the toilet and put it either into a garden or into a bag. At that point it's basically manure or mulch, or I don't know what the general classification of it would be, but once it's composted it's no longer human waste, and then it's a totally different classification of being able to get rid of it. With the dry flush toilet, every time you flush the toilet it vacuum seals and releases more bag that then vacuum seals and releases more bag, and when that cartridge is empty it then itself is in a trash bag. That's how you take the cartridges out of the toilet. It's already then double bagged in a trash bag that you then can legally dump in any dumpster, any trash receptacle, because it is double bagged. Even though it's human waste, it's double bagged, so it's safe. Like I said, now we're all for like saving the planet and everything, but
we're really sick of smelling our own urine.
We've been using. Well, actually, let's go take a look at what we've been using for the past couple of years. Because it's sitting out here now, empty. Now that we've gotten rid of our toilet. is this.
Ignore the construction.
Yeah, all of our construction is around it right now, but that's what we've been using, and it's a cassette toilet. They're pretty cheap, and it's always been temporary. It's actually our second one, because let's just say that the science on these don't exactly hold water.
Literally.
Yeah, and that's a problem that we're not looking to run into again with another toilet. And that's something that the downs... Now get back into this.
Oh! I'm coming. I got it.
You got it.
Yeah, I got it. I can climb and do this.
Now, because we've done research into this ourselves, you may have even seen this too. People will talk about how the composting toilet does have a tendency to smell. Especially the urine part of it that's not getting composted. If it's not getting dumped out regularly, it has a tendency to smell, which is a problem that we understand because we've dealt with that exact thing already. It's not something that we're wanting to look into doing again. And as far as the composting goes, we saw one video where the couple was talking about how there's sometimes gets bugs or mold in it. And again, this is nothing against the composting, the Livio as a company, or the technology of the toilet itself, but we're just choosing to try something else than what everybody else is doing.
Simply not for just doing that, but also for the fact that, like, when you spend 3 years smelling your own urine, it can get quite obnoxious.
It's been a hassle for us, and we think that we're gonna go with the bag toilet because there isn't very many people out there using it, so there's not a whole lot of people to say if it does or doesn't work. But we plan to be one of those people that actually give more information about the toilet as it goes along. Ideally, we would have had our toilet by now because we're at 10 weeks. This is literally the 10-week mark of we've bought the toilet. Now, I will say the company does have on their website pretty blatantly stated that they're in a shortage of materials for building their toilets. Actually, a couple of days after we filmed this video, we got an email from Lavio telling us that our order was being shipped. And a couple of days later, the toilet arrived. The toilet actually was fine, in perfect order, and worked great. We've actually been using it for a few days now, and everything is in working order. Obviously a follow-up video to come, but for now, back to this. So more videos will come out about, like, once we get it, we'll probably do some sort of unboxing or show what it comes with. We bought one that connects to the electrical system in the RV. They do have an option that hooks up to a battery, not to an electrical system, so it's a little bit more remote. As far as cost goes, I don't think there was a difference between those two toilets. The cartridges, you can buy, I think, through Home Depot or through the website itself. We did the math that it comes out to about $1 a flush that you get for the cartridges, and you can make that last longer, or so we've been told. There's tips and tricks that we'll get into later on as far as to, make that stretch. We'll figure it out as we go.
Frugal!
And we'll share all that stuff with you. But it's with the Nature's Head composting toilet. The toilet was about $1,000, $950 to $1,000, depending on where you buy the toilet from. And then you have to buy the peat moss with it. So there's a little bit of a back and forth with the cost, but roughly the same. I think overall, obviously the Lavio toilet is cheaper by a couple $100, but I would assume that buying the cartridges is limited supply. As far as like where you could get them from, and actually may end up costing a little bit more than the composting, just like as the years go on. But I don't know. It's pretty much just what you're into doing, and that was what our choice is. I think we're pretty much going to end it there because I'm getting so hot that I pretty much can't think of what I want to say.
Should we look at your sweat? Let's get a really good one.
It's like, good thing I'm wearing a headband. It's kind of keeping it off of my eyes.
I'm sweating, but we're not going to show me because me does not look as good as him.
Let's turn this AC back on in the video for the sake of me, us, and the dogs.
Yes, ready?
Yep. There it is.
If anyone notices, we have our cap off because literally it helps get more air.
Yeah, we found out that you actually get colder air just blasting it straight out. instead of trying to get it to shoot out both ends.
Yeah, so this is why we have our nest.
That's why we have the nest here, and that's why we have our sheet up here.
Sorry.
That's for winter and for summer to regulate the temperatures, to keep heat in one part of the house that we don't have to heat the other part of the house that we're not using.
And vice versa.
A lot of summers are spent out here, a lot of winters are spent back there.
Yep. That's how you do it when you live in a tiny house. Or any house, really. I feel like everybody should be energy efficient. Yeah. Are we energy efficient? I don't know.
We'll learn more as we get into solar, just how energy efficient we really are.
Alright.
Alright.
So I guess toodles for now. Whee!
Oh wow, you messed up the gimbal. Hey, you brought it back. Am I upside down now?
Yeah, I think you might be.
I'm pretty sure I'm upside down.
Yay! Dance on the ceiling, baby. Do-do-do-da-dee-da-doo-da.
What the? No.
Dee-da-da-dee-da.
Nope. That's not making it into the final cut.
Yes, it is.